Hello and welcome to Customer Success Rants and Musings with myself, Rick Adams from practicalcsm.com. Great to have you here. This is episode 27, and in episode 27, we're looking at the topic of time management, and we're comparing important versus urgent. So this is not my idea. This comes from sort of classic time management, and in particular, I'm thinking of, I think it's in Stephen R. Covey's work. If I've got that wrong, please do tell me, because I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was that. But in any case, the concept of important versus urgent is a great one. So whoever came up with this, you have absolutely my praise for coming up with it, because I totally get it and totally agree with it. Here's the thing. I've yet to meet a customer success manager who hasn't got much to do. If you know of any, let me know. Now, we've all got lots of calls on our time. We're all busy. And here's what happens very commonly is that there's just a lot of stuff coming in, and therefore we have to make a decision, as many professionals do, as to which of those things we're going to spend our time on and how much of our time we're going to spend on them, and also in what order we're going to do those things. Okay, so which ones, how much of them, and in what order? Those are the questions we're asking ourselves. So there's a matrix here which is comparing the concept of something that is important with the concept of something that is urgent. Now, of course, something could be both important and urgent, and something could also be not important and not urgent. So urgency means time sensitivity, right? It needs to be done quickly. It needs to be done soon. Important means it actually needs doing. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, so urgent is time sensitive, important means needs doing. Something that is both time sensitive and needs doing, that is the highest priority. So when we're prioritizing what to do, what we're looking for is the important things, because they're the ones that need doing, that have a time sensitivity, so they need to be done quickly. They need to be done now or soon. You know, there's an expiry date. If they don't get done, there's a problem. Okay, so what would fall into that category? Well, something that is both important and time sensitive might, for example, be getting a proposal out to a customer. All right, there's a classic example. If we don't get it out and we miss the customer's deadline for the proposal to come in, they won't consider us. Okay, we lose the deal. So it's important because we want the deal. It's money. It's urgent because there's a deadline. All right. So that is our most critical thing. But what about the next stuff to do? So we can look through our list of stuff to do. We can mark off as, right, here's a high level. They're the ones we're going to do first. Priority A is stuff that is both important and urgent. What's priority B? Priority B should be the stuff that is important. So it's on the right-hand side here of the sheet of paper that we're looking at, but not urgent. Because we've done the stuff that's important and is urgent. So now it's the stuff that is important and less urgent or not urgent. So we do that next. So that's the second set of priority. Why? Well, because it's important. Okay, can't put it another way, really. Well, so what would fall into that category? Something that is important, but not desperately urgent. Well, let's say, for example, invoicing. So if we make that sale with that customer that we just talked about, that we sent the proposal to, which was important and urgent because there's a deadline attached, the customer then says, yep, they've signed the contract, they've now got the product, and now we can invoice them. But there's nobody on our back to say, yeah, the customer's not going to bother. If we don't invoice them for the next 6 months, they're quite happy. Okay. Actually, they might not be happy because, you know, they might want to get their paperwork up to date, but you know what I mean. Okay, so it's not got the same urgency as getting the proposal out, the invoicing. And it's a pain, you know, you've got to do this invoicing. So maybe other stuff gets in the way and you don't do the invoicing. So what happens then to your cash flow of your business? Okay, if invoicing is not occurring when it should occur, your level of cash flow goes down, which means that your level of spending must go down as well, which means that we're not running our business as successfully as we could. So it has knock-on effects because it's important to get cash into the business. We need cash flow. So there's no urgency to do that thing, but there is importance. So then we do that next. So what comes on number 3? Well, of course, number 3 is the stuff that's not important or is less important. Let's put it that way, but we can say not important, but is urgent. Okay. So this is all the emails from everybody else saying, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you make meetings? Can you make meeting X? Yeah. Okay. So lots and lots of stuff. And it's very commonly is stuff that other people want you to do that you're not actually seeing necessarily the value of. Not because you're not a team player, by the way. I'm talking about stuff that they want that helps them and doesn't really help the company, doesn't help you. Okay. So do that in as the 3rd priority, the stuff that's not important, or let's say less important, because if it's completely not important, if there is no importance to it whatsoever, don't do it anyway. Okay. So the less important it is, that the less we have, if you like, a will to do it. And if it's not important at all in any shape or form, then don't do it. And of course, if it's not even urgent, if it's neither important nor urgent, don't even put it on your to-do list in the first place. So that's the lowest priority. Okay. So that's the fun stuff. All right. If you've got time for it. So that might be, you've maybe in the not important but urgent is write out the who's going to play what in your squash league. Okay, it's not important who plays who in the squash league, but it is urgent because you've got matches arranged to play. All right, so it's not important though, yeah, but is urgent, so it's priority 3. All right. Just doing that is a low priority. A lowest priority would then be formatting it to make it look nice and sending it out to everyone. All right, as a nice, pretty spreadsheet. Just getting the spreadsheet and sending it to everyone, that's low priority. Formatting it so it's really pretty and everybody can read it really easily, that is neither important nor urgent. Let's be honest. So if you spend a lot of your time formatting spreadsheets, I'm not guilty of that, I promise, then you know why. It's because you're doing unimportant, unurgent things ahead of the others. Now, is that a bad thing? Am I saying never, ever, ever format a spreadsheet so it looks pretty? No, it's fine. Actually, we all need a break, apart from anything else, because that red stuff tends to be quite intensive. Okay, so you can't spend all day on turbo mode just doing really important things. Well, I can't. I need a break. I need to, I need to just switch off and do something mundane for a little bit. Answer a few like simple emails or whatever. So sometimes it's good to dip into that lowest just to take a break from the, from the high intensity stuff. So it's quite nice to have some lower priority stuff that isn't so, critical and important and can reduce the stress level a bit as well. But of course, we've got to make sure we keep it in its place. So there we go. That's important versus urgent. Hope you found it interesting. Do subscribe if you want to hear more of these coming up. My name is Rick Adams from practicalcsm.com, saying thank you very much for listening, and we will no doubt meet again in future Rants and Musings. Thank you. Bye-bye.